So hi everyone, my name is Randy Dietrich and I've had the great honor to be asked to do the commencement speech at East Stroudsburg University this past year. And guys, it was such an honor. Oh my goodness. The moment President Long called me, I started writing. And I was writing for weeks and it developed into 80 pages. It was way too long. So we had to cut. But I wanted to give you a version that I would have loved to give on stage, but it was just a little bit too long. I hope you love this. You know, my mission statement in life is to add value to people's lives, and I hope this adds value to your life. So guys, I am so grateful for President Long. I'm grateful for Provost Ball, and you know, I went to East Stroudsburg University. I am so grateful for all the wonderful faculty members of ESU. They make it happen every day. Oh my gosh. And you know, when we were in that stadium, I said to everyone, take a good look, guys, because you're looking at masters and doctors. Oh my gosh, guys, I still get goosebumps saying it. So to the graduating class of 2023, congratulations. You made it to the starting line, finish line. It's the starting line. It's always the starting line. And I bet you guys all know, the people that have master's degrees in the world is only 13%. Not too many out there, right? I love it, guys. And PhDs, it's all the way down to 1%. You're in the top 1% of educated people in the world. I'm in awe of your accomplishment, guys. Oh my God. You know, my wife has a master's degree, but Randy, not me. I grow grapes. You know what I mean? Oh my God. You are some of the most determined, educated people on the planet. Tomorrow morning, you're going to have a spectacular moment. What's going to happen is you're going to get up and you're going to look in the mirror, and it'll be the first moment that you see a doctor or a master reflected back at you. How great. Oh my God. Take a moment to enjoy that moment because, oh my God, the first morning ever, you're waking up as a doctor, as a master, right? Holy cow. So I should tell you up front though, guys. You see, my mom's name is Sandy. She has a lot more wisdom and understanding than I do. I mean, come on, right? I grow grapes, right? Out of Blue Ridge Winery, right? So I thought I would just love to bring my mom to you here a little bit. My mom was a determined mom raising two boys, but with the enthusiasm and excitement of an 8-year-old. Oh my God, like bouncing off the walls, like the ultimate Tigger, you know? I mean, if you think I'm upbeat, oh, look out. Oh my God. You know, my mom get me into ski racing. And I remember the night, it was the night I won my first NASCAR race that happened right here at Shawnee Mountain. Guys, I was so full of myself. It was as if I just won the Olympics. I was beaming and I was telling her how good I am and how spectacular I am. And that night she looked at me and she says, Randy, be very careful. You're a performer, not a reporter. Oh my gosh, she was talking to my ego. You see, my ego was so big that night that I was blinded. And what could have happened is that ego could have stopped me in my tracks. It could have paralyzed me. But my mom saw it and she wanted to make me aware of this. So if my mom was here today, she would say, along with your MA, MS, or PhD, be very careful you don't get an EGO. My mom, oh my God, she always knows the right thing to say at the right time. She had it going on. You know, the world is going to see you all as elite, and rightfully so. I mean, you are the aristocracy. You're it. You are the elite. But if you see yourself like this, your ego has won and you have lost. You see, after success, ego is the enemy. Every time. Never allow your ego to consume your new title. Because ego, it wants to trick you into thinking that you have arrived, that you're full. And when you're full, nothing else can ever be poured into you. Always keep yourself in a state that more can always be poured back into you. Always maintain that humble character with a servant's heart. Always, always. My mom. She would say, your character is higher than your intellect. And it always will be. And I agree with her 100%. Oh my gosh, right? My mom, Sandy. You know, you all see my gray hair, you know, right? I've been around long enough. I've been around long enough to know that no one in the world achieves your level of success, top 1%, by the way, without someone else's help. No one gets there alone. Whether it's your parents, your grandparents, your wife, your husband, a relative, friends, God, someone believed in you before you believed in you. It always goes like that. When I was younger, my mom, guess who it was? You guessed it. My mom, Sandy Dietrich. She stood at 5'5". She was an unstoppable force. A single mom with no education and 2 boys to raise. Challenging stuff, right? Man, she was the first to say yes to my dreams. She was the first to say yes to my brother's dreams. In fact, she'd say it all the time. She would look into her eyes and she would say, boys, you see, your life is going to be very simple because all you're going to have to do with your life is pursue all the dreams you have with every single bit of imagination that God gave you and always ignore the false sense of fear in your life. Guys, that's the recipe for any life. I mean, talking about the most upbeat, positive, enthusiastic person you'd ever meet. You think I'm upbeat? I'd be like, Mom, relax. It's just a sandwich. I'm so not kidding. And my God, the most smiley person you'd ever come across. She practiced something that we all should know. Everyone should know this. The world is full of hundreds of languages, and a smile speaks in all of them. Mom knew that. She spoke every language with her expressions, with her attitude. Mom made everything better and everything brighter. Everywhere she went, everything was better and everything was brighter. You could say that she was salt and light. You get it? Everything's better, everything's brighter. In fact, you all could use that sentence. It can almost free you up. The next time anybody ever asks you, what are you going to do with your life? Just always say to them, I'm going to be salt and light. Everywhere I go, I make everything better and everything brighter. That's all I do. Because we all know the answers change in life. You'll do a million things throughout your life, but always be salt and light. So today's the day we think about the words that matter, the words that got you here today, words like character, integrity, determination. Man, you're determined. Commitment, persistence, honor, and a lot of hope in your future. That's what got you here today. These words are the words that will take you to where you want to go tomorrow. My mom, oh my God, she knew the power of living in the moment. I can remember her saying to me as a young kid, she'd go, Randy, this is your life. It's happening right here, right now. And it really is ending 1 minute at a time. She would say, the start button, it's already been pushed. Stop waiting for anyone to ever say go to you. The word go has already been said. She had a saying, she made it up and it was written everywhere in her house, guys. She would say, get on and stay on the Do It Now program. It was everywhere. It was on the refrigerators, on the sliding glass doors, it was in the bathrooms, it was everywhere. Do It Now program. She would say to me, don't you ever put something off today, something you should do today to tomorrow. Because what's gonna happen is you'll put it off tomorrow. And then you're gonna wake up 20 years later and your life will have passed you by. Do it now. You'll hear people say that they're late on their bills, but I bet you'll never hear someone say that they're late on their dreams. Now that should be the concern of all of our lives. Say yes to your life's purpose and just never stop saying it. Say it every day. Say yes to everything. I can tell you with absolute conviction, me, Mom, and my brother Britt, I like to say that we were the richest poor people you'd ever meet. But when you have hope in your future, it brings power to your present. We had nothing, but we had everything. Everything that really mattered. I'm talking about things like anticipation, motivation, love, and lots of hope in the future. You know, if I ever had a bad attitude in the house, I'm walking around, I'm 12, 13 years old, my mom, she'd start sniffing the air. And she'd say, what's that I smell? She'd go, oh, it's your attitude. And then she would remind me, she'd say, Randy, by the way, you didn't choose life. Life chose you. She would say, don't you think for a split second that life owes you anything? Because you didn't choose life, it chose you to be here. And since no one chose to be born, the question we should ask ourselves is, what does life expect of me? Suddenly, with this question, you're humble with a servant's heart, and magically, problems become opportunities, and with that, life becomes limitless. You know, you're looking at a guy right now who's been chasing his dreams for the past 40 years. Recently, my wife and I, my wife, she's a little redhead, she's so pretty. We started Blue Ridge Winery. Today, there's like 122 people that work at the company, and I bet you 50 of them are under the age of 25. Blue Ridge is a magnet for motivated young people. I brought some of the rock stars with me, guys. I pointed them out in the audience. They're a lot like the people that are in the audience. I brought along Tony and Noah. Did you know, Tony and Noah, at age 14, they convinced their mom to pull them into the winery. They get out, they walk in. They walked up to me and they go, we're here to ask for a job? I'm like, what are you guys, 9? You know, like they look like kids. They go, no, today's our birthday. We're 14 today. We can work now. I go, oh my God, get the paperwork. Let's go. Any young people that want to achieve great things at a young age, sign me up. Put them in my life, please, because I want to be part of their story. Because age happens naturally. Wisdom, responsibility, dependability, man, you got to work for that stuff. You can trust the keys of the kingdom to those young men. Then you got David, Nathaniel, and Jaden. These guys are rock stars. They run the wine cellar. Blue Ridge produces 70,000 gallons of wine per year. That's a lot of wine. We're everywhere. The Wegmans, the ShopRite, the Giants, the Weisses, the Hampton Hill, the hotels. We're everywhere. People think there's a big giant wine processing plant. Nope. It's those 3 spectacular young men. The reason I brought them to the graduation is because they are living proof that you can be responsible, dependable, determined at any age. Tiff and I see how much they value things like integrity, determination, commitment, persistence, honor, and lots of hope. So we just decided, let's just build a business around that. Amazing, right? Then there's Matthew. Oh my gosh, if you haven't met Matthew, find Matthew, seek him out, guys. Oh my God, Matthew, his mom's proud of him, I'm proud of him, the world is proud of this guy. And proud is such an important word. Matthew is living proof that anything's possible. Did you know, at age 19, that guy had an MBA? Do the math on that one. Crazy, right? Then he opens a medical supply company, then he sells it, then he wrote a book called Faster Accomplishments. You can pre-order it today. Google it, you'll find it. He's 22 years old today. He's such a loser, isn't he? I love that guy. When given the chance to ever speak to young people, I always tell them this. I want them to know that throughout their lives, if they do make millions of dollars and they create big businesses, and in the process of it all, they were to lose their family, health, and friends, I'm sorry, because you're not a success. Because we all know, at the end of the whole thing, you will be willing to trade all the money for family, health, and friends. They're to do us so well. Seek them out, shake their hands, guys. Oh my God. You'll know you're a success when the people closest to you think the most of you. That's when you're a success. My mom's been my role model my whole life. Even while raising 2 boys, did you know that she graduated from East Stroudsburg University? Right, what a warrior, right? She sat right in that room at age 56. She graduated. In fact, I wore her graduation gown during the presentation. She lent it to me. But then 30 days later, we had a nightmare. But no one was sleeping. My mom was diagnosed with cancer for the 5th time. But you know, she always says yes to life, and she always finds a way to beat cancer. Nothing could ever kill my mom. I mean, 10 years before she graduated from college, she was admitted to hospice. She just never went. I can still remember her ripping up the diagnosis and throwing it away, saying, not on me. They're not claiming that on me. In closing, can I tell you a story that changed my life? It's a moment that changed my everything, guys. You see, my mom was going through a stem cell transplant. And when they do that, what they do is they take white blood cells out of your body, put them through a centrifuge, and then put the clean ones back into you, and hopefully it'll grow new clean blood. The problem with this is, though, if you catch a cold, it can kill you. Because white blood cells fight off colds. And you don't have any. It was November. And my mom caught a cold. I'm in the room, the monitors lit up, and they're screaming at the room as if they were feeling the pain. And the room was flooded with doctors and nurses. They gathered around the bed, and within seconds, there's one guy at the foot of the bed with his fingers in the air like a conductor, and everybody else is intently looking at this guy. Guys, this was leadership on steroids. 16 hands, 1 mind. You all listen to me. Are we ready? He goes, put the head down, pump this in, breathing tube in, hit her with that. I remember him saying, give her a second to respond. And it was about 60 seconds later, the monitors lit up again. We're going to leave oncology now. We're heading downstairs to intensive care. And you can picture it. There's a long hallway with just the elevator doors at the end. And there goes my mom. The breathing tube is in. The IVs are everywhere, even coming out of her feet. But you know what the only thing I could see going down that hallway was? It was my mom's big thumb in the air. I'm thinking, oh my God, Mom. If you can hang on to a positive attitude in a moment like this, well, guess what? I have no excuse for the rest of my life. Because anything I'm going through is easy compared to dying for a minute. People ask, how can one person change the world? Well, the fact is, the only thing that's ever changed the world is one person. You all have a chance right here, right now, to live a life where your great-grandchildren of your great-grandchildren will feel the positive impact of your life. That's the way to live a life. I spent most of my life on my mom's shoulders, just making her proud. Today, I'm on my wife's shoulders. I'm on Tommy D, Dick James. We all need mentors to look up to. Let's take a moment. We just stop and we think. We think about integrity. We think about hope. We think about enthusiasm, honor, empathy. These things are free. And they're available to anyone. And they're the building blocks of success that will lead you to living a life of significance. You see, it's easy to achieve success. Significance, though, that's where it's at. I hope that every single one of you choose to pursue all your dreams with every single bit of imagination that God gave you. And I hope you decide to make your parents proud. That's what I want to do. I love you all. Write out a personal mission statement for your life. Read it every day. Pursue it every day. My mission is to add value to people's lives. So every day, that's what I do. In fact, we're doing a mastermind. It's designed around this. It's hosted at the winery Sunday, the 21st, 2 o'clock. It's called Really Achieving Your Childhood Dreams. Just pop in, it's free. I promise you, 60 minutes will change your life. Because after all, isn't life really about fulfilling your childhood dreams? It's those of us that are bold enough to pursue our childhood dreams that are going to leave a legacy. So my mom would say to you all, just be salt and light everywhere you go. Life chose you. Enjoy your life. After all, anything's possible. Let's use it to our advantage. I love you.